Greetings to Sir Josfirin as the lecturer of Occupational Safety and Health Practice 3812. I am Kerry and my group members are Anderson, Abraham Amos, Marcelo, Gusti and Maspinus. So for my topic today is regarding national perspective. National perspective is an occupational safety and health layout plan and it is the 11th Malaysian plan set up by the Ministry of Human Resources under the Department of Occupational Safety and Health. So Malaysia is also subjected to great pressure and major trials within this layout plan. So these initiatives include the Government Transformation Program, GTP, and the Economic Transformation Program, ETP. And with this 11th master plan, helps enhance the quality life of the people. So the purpose of the plan is to give priority to all people in all development ports. So people-based economy will be given the priority. So this approach reinforces the government's commitment to improve people's living standards, dignity, and potential to take advantage of economic development and progress. We're going to the next slide. So the next slide. So this this Malaysian plan is set up by the Ministry of Human Resources, like I said, and we are going to ownership. Okay, so under ownership, OSHP implemented special pharmaceutical benefits program since 2006 until 2011, and it consists of increased efficiency of OSH officers and practitioners. So this increase of enforcement focuses on critical sectors like construction sites, transportation, and schools, research and development, and lastly, OSH management system. And prevention culture is from 2021 until 2025. So the time frame is beyond looking at the future of occupational safety and health. So the aim is to increase public awareness of OSH, practice self-regulation, enhance national OSH policy and framework establishments, promoting preventive culture, and implement best practices, develop a team of experts in multiple tasks and also in skills. And this preventive culture places a very high premium on awareness, responsibility, and commitment among employers and workers, respect for the rights of workers with regard to OSH. And we are going to the next slide. Okay, so this is the statistics of industrial accidents. So in 2005, 51,829 industrial accidents were reported. Analysis shows that 6.93% fatal accidents occurred for every 100,000 workers and 5.16 accident for every 1,000 workers. So at the end of 2015, the number of accidents decreased to 38,753 cases, while the rate of fatal accidents per 100,000 workers decreased to 4.84, and the rate of accidents per 1,000 workers decreased to 2.81. So to realize this goal, the Occupational Safety and Health Malaysian Plan 2025 employs 5 main strategies founded on the endeavor to increase stakeholder awareness, responsibility, and commitment to OSH. So next slide. Okay, so next slide. So these are the 4 main strategies that I've mentioned earlier. Okay, government leadership, ensuring improved OSH in the country through various means and approaches to influence and inculcate preventive culture at the workplace. Government agencies can serve as role models, depend heavily on the collection of comprehensive data and the conducting of OSH research, OSH policies, and legislation are the primary change agents. Okay, next is strengthening of OSH management at the workplace. So the occupational safety and health. Okay, next is strengthening of OSH management at the workplace. So this OSH management is tally with the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994, Act 514. So occupational safety and health training is necessary for all levels of the organization, enhancing OSH standard. Lastly, the government will also strive to create a shared platform for best OSH practices. Next one is OSH sharing and network. So the content is extensive sharing that integrates the various strata of society to promote preventive culture. Educational institutions too can contribute. Conducting more research pertaining to OSH, the government will be the catalyst. So the catalyst means the government. Catalyst means the main thing for occupational safety and health. And since the government is a catalyst, so this will be a very big responsible for the government to implement the 4 strategies towards occupational safety and health management system. Lastly is mainstreaming of industrial hygiene. So occupational diseases and poisoning not only are a burden to workers, there are other factors as well. The country's productivity, economy, and competitiveness could be similarly affected. Estimated 2.34 million deaths occur every year arising from occupational activities. This is due to low level of awareness. Next slide. Okay, so each of the programs that I've said before, they all have their own strategy. Strategy number 1, the government as a role model of OSH. So the government has to introduce various means and approaches in order to strengthen OSH management of its agencies and practice preventive culture. Public sector also will be a role model, the increase of efficiency in occupational safety and health management in the public sector. And lastly, government agencies have the responsibility of influencing the standard of OSH in the industry. So we're going to OSH data and research. The government must therefore boost the OSH data collection system and analysis for comprehensive OSH data collection, research on OSH issues to be continued and intensified. The information obtained can be shared with the industry stakeholders. The outcome of the program constructed is a creation of comprehensive OSH data collection system. So what it means here is that the government therefore must boost the OSH data collection system and analyze in order to identify priorities and effective approaches in dealing OSH issues. Aside from assessing the progress of and performance of OSH in the country. So this in turn will ensure ongoing development of OSH knowledge, skills, and expertise. So OSH research capabilities and infrastructure will be enhanced through national and international collaboration to promote efficient and effective research activities. So the outcome of the program constructed is a creation of comprehensive OSH data collection system to monitor the progress and performance of OSH in the country, increase amount of OSH research contributing to resolution of OSH issues in the country and improve knowledge. So next, programs under strategy number 2, OSH knowledge and skills. So employers and workers must be sufficiently capable, take appropriate measures to control and manage risks. Employers must carry out their own responsibilities. So to achieve the program outcomes, employers, like I said, must carry out their responsibilities in ensuring their workers and themselves receive OSH training as stipulated in OSH legislation through enforcement and promotion. Second is increase in number and quality of OSH practitioners. OSH practitioners are very important because they provide expert OSH services at the workplace. and focus on achieving and educate number of OSH practitioners to increase the number of OSH practitioners. A promotional program will be carried out to encourage the setting up for new training centers and the opening of new branches by existing centers to support the increase of OSH practitioners. Lastly, is this initiative is expected to open up opportunities for training centers. Next one, we go to strategy number 3. Okay, OSH through social responsibility, ensuring a safe and healthy work environment. This initiative ought to be expanded to encompass the people exposed to work, activity risk, organizing occupational safety and health awareness program, sharing knowledge and best practices. So through social response, this is this is an initiative that ought to be expanded. So through socially. Next is OSH for prospective workers. So students make up most important human capital in the country. Crucial that they be equipped with OSH awareness, knowledge, and skills. Much progress was achieved under Occupational Safety and Health Malaysian Program 15. Because they achieved so much, the institutions offered technical and vocational training and also higher educational institutions through the nurturing of OSH awareness, knowledge, and skills. So this strategy will focus on the inculcation of OSH in the national education and skill system. Okay, next, this is the last strategy. Strategy number 4. Comprehensive health risk assessment. The protection of workers from hazardous effects, health risk assessments must be conducted to identify, evaluate, and then control implementation of comprehensive health risk management. So the protection of workers from hazardous effects arising from the workplace is a very big responsibility which employers must burden. Towards the end, health risk assessment must be conducted to identify, evaluate, and then control the health risks resulting from activities at the workplace. Implementation of a comprehensive health risk assessment is necessary at the workplace because it is to ensure the health of workers can be improved, thereby creating a work environment that is safer and healthier. And lastly, is effective enforcement of legislation relating to industrial hygiene. So this is very important. The capacity and skills of OSH enforcers and implementation of effective enforcement strategies. Enforcement that is effective, systematic, and comprehensive. That is focus of enforcement must be all-encompassing. So for continued prevention of occupational diseases, the focus of enforcement must be all-encompassing, including uniformity in classifications and communications of hazards by suppliers, management of hazardous chemicals by employers, compliance with OSH legislation in industrial hygiene practices at the workplace, and monitoring by competent persons to assist in the implementation of OSH practices at the workplace. So in addition, the initiative to increase reporting of medical surveillance program and occupational disease investigation is to identify the causes of occupational diseases and poisoning, which will lead to determination of the best alternatives of occupational disease control and prevention. So any of the control and prevention alternative has to be legally compliant with the OSHA, with the law, OSHA law. This is the most crucial mechanism in ensuring the legislation pertaining to industrial hygiene that has been drafted and enacted can be fully complied with the industries in order to holistically prevent occupational diseases and poisoning for the usage. So that's all from me now. So thank you, sir, for your attention, and Stay safe.
Hi, my name is Henderson Empaling. So I'm going to proceed to International Labour Office, which is the international perspective of OSH. So let's have a look. What is the international perspective of OSH? This is under the International Labour Office. The definition inside of it is the magnitude of a global impact of occupational accidents and diseases, as well as major industrial disasters in terms of human suffering and related economic costs, have been a long-standing source of content at workplace internationally. Significant efforts have been made at all levels to come to terms with this problem, but nevertheless, ILO estimates that over 2 million workers die each year from work-related accidents and diseases, and that globally this figure is on the increase. In addition to established measures to prevent and control hazard and risks, new strategies and solutions need to be developed and applied both for well-known hazards and risks such as those arising from dangerous substances, machinery, and tools and manual handling as well for emerging issues such as biological hazards, psychosocial hazard, and musculoskeletal disorder. Furthermore, as OSH is an intrinsic part of social relation, it is affected by the same forces of change that prevail in national and global socio-economic context. The effect of demographic factors and dynamic, employment shift and work organization change, gender differentiation, the size, structure, and life cycle of enterprises. The fact pace of technological progress are examples of the key issues that can generate new types of pattern and hazard. The development of an appropriate response to these issues should be rely on what make use of the collective body and knowledge. Safety and health measures are undertaken to create and sustain a safe and healthy working environment. Furthermore, such measures can also improve quality, productivity, and competitiveness. Although effective legal and technical tools and measures to prevent occupational accident and disease exist, there is a need for an increased general awareness of the importance of OSH as well as a high level of political commitment for effective implementation of national OSH system. Efforts to tackle OSH problem, whether at international or national levels, are often dispersed and fragmented as a result do not have the level of coherence necessary to produce effective impact. This is an ILO action plan for the promotion of safety and health at work. Let's have a look to the promotion, awareness raising, and advocacy. The fostering and promotion of a preventive safety and health culture is a fundamental basis for improving OSH performance in the long term. Multiple approaches could be taken for this purpose, since the promotion of such preventive culture is very much the leadership issue. The ILO has played an advocacy role with regard to different initiatives. Therefore, the ILO should strategically use international meetings to promote a preventive safety and health culture, including the Triennial World Congress on Occupational Safety and Health organized jointly by the ILO and the International Social Security Association. Internally implement its own guideline on OSH management system. Encourage the launching of national OSH programs by the highest government authorities. Endorse the establishment of an annual international event or campaign aimed at raising widespread awareness of the importance of OSH and promoting the rights of workers to a safe and healthy working environment. Such an initiative should be respect the workers' commemoration event organized since 1984 on 20th April. Seek ways to raise visibility of the ILO and its OSH instrument. So as mentioned of the OSH instrument, the ILO instrument contains a new instrument establishing a promotional framework in the area of OSH should be developed on a priority basis. The main purpose of this instrument should be able to ensure a priority is given to OSH in national agendas and to foster political commitments to develop national strategies for the improvement of OSH based on a preventive safety and health culture and the management system approach. In its function as an overarching instrument with a proportional rather than prescriptive content, it will also contribute to increasing the impact of existing up-to-date ILO instrument and to continuous improvement of national OSH system, including legislation. Next is the technical assistance and cooperation. It is important to provide technical advisory and financial support to developing countries and countries in transition for the timely strengthening of the national OSH capacities and programs. This is of particular importance in the context of rapid changes in global economy and technology. In developing technical cooperation programs, priority should be given to the countries where assistance is most needed and where the commitment of sustained action is obvious, for example, in the form of initiated national OSH programs. The formulation and implementation of technical cooperation project, beginning with a need assessment at the national, regional, and international levels, are effective ways in this regard. Together with its constituents, the ILO should make special efforts to seek the support of donor countries and institutions as well as innovative funding sources for such purpose along with increasing OSH experts in the region. Experience gained through technical cooperation projects should be widely shared, particularly at the regional level. Next is the knowledge development and management and dissemination. In the field of OSH, adequate capacities to develop, process, and disseminate knowledge that meets the needs of government, employers, and workers, be it international standard, national legislation, technical guidance, methodologies, accident, and disease statistic. The ILO should continue to improve its means to assist constituents in developing their capacities in this area and responding to their specific needs, particularly in the establishment or strengthening of the national and collaborating centers of the ILO International Occupational Safety and Health Information Center, CIS, and linking the centers through the internet to form regional network and a global OSH information exchange system that could also serve as the backbone for a global hazard alert system. On the international collaboration, collaboration with the international organization and bodies involved in various activities related to OSH, in particular with WHO, has proven to be a very effective way of ensuring that ILO values and views are taken into account and used as basis for the development of a technical standard and methodologies pertaining to OSH. This collaboration puts the ILO at the center of global networks and alliances that are vital mechanisms for maintaining the currency of its technical knowledge base as well as influencing other bodies. It is also very effective in ensuring complementaries of mandates and avoidance of duplication of efforts and open opportunities for employer and worker experts to bring their views to bear on outcomes outside the mandate of ILO. And taking action to further improve the visibility, streamlining and impact of the ILO role in OSH. Consideration should be given to a periodic review of activities in this context and reporting to the governing body of ILO on key issues and outcomes. This type of collaboration should be further encouraged and strengthened, particularly in areas where common interests and mandates are shared between several organizations and where outcomes of activities are of benefit to the ILO's continuance, such as the work of the ILO or WHO Joint Committee on Occupational Health, the international programs on chemical safety, the inter-organization program for sound management of chemical, and the International Commission of Occupational Health. Within the context of ongoing efforts by UN, United Nations Environment Programme, the Intergovernmental Forum on Chemical Safety, developing a strategic approach to integrated chemical management. The ILO should contribute to this work and ensure the full participation of employers and workers in this process so that their views and interests are duly taken into account. The final outcome of this process should be presented to ILO decision-making bodies for consideration. To the last slide, general consideration in ILO. In developing and implementing the global strategy, the ILO should make a special efforts in relation to countries with particular needs for assistance and willing to strengthen their OSH capacities. The use of financial incentive to strengthen linkage between primary healthcare system and occupational health, the introduction of hazard, risk, and prevention concept in school curricula and educational system, in general, as an effective means to build strong and sustain preventive safety and health cultures on a continuous basis. A further consideration is the need to take account of gender-specific factors in the context of OSH standard, other instrument, management system, and practice. The mainstreaming of OSH in other ILO activities should be improved. Furthermore, the integrated approach should be progressively applied to all other areas of ILO activities. Finally, due consideration should be given to the provision of adequate resources to implement this action plan. That's all for international perspective of OSH from me and the Empaling. Thank you to Sir Josh for intention. That's all.
Okay, good morning to my fellow friend and especially to Sir Josh Philip. Okay, today we like to present about topic occupational safety and health overview. Okay, first for all, I would like to introduce my group members. Okay, my name is Maspinus and Amos, and my group members is Gusti Zulrahman. Okay, let me start now. So this is our content. Okay, let me see who is introduced to theories of accident causation in OSH. The domino theory is under a pioneer named Herbert W. Hendrick. Hendrick is most famous for originating the concept of the safety pyramid. The domino theory is divided into 5 sections, which includes ancestry and the worker's social environment, workers, carelessness or personal fault, and unfazed age, the accident, and last one, injuries. Oke, inilah gambar Herbert W. Hendrick nih. Next is type of theory about accident causation in OSH. Have-seek theory. First one is ancestry. Second, fall of a person. 3, unsafe age of unsafe person. 4, accident, and last one is injury. But I will discuss 2 theory, ancestry and fall of a person. Ancestry. First one is this is first domino in the sequence deal with workers' personality. This theory explains that undesirable personality traits such as stubbornness, greed, and recklessness. Thirdly is losing materials such as alcoholism can be a hard dangerous factor. Fourthly, inheritance such as alcoholism can be a very big hazard factor when it comes to workers at any environment. The last part, the alcoholic workers can not only endanger his own life but the other workers around him as well. Next, the next theory, fall of a person. First one is the second domino also deal with workers' personality trait. That inborn or obstinate character flaws such as a bad temper, inconsiderateness, ignorance, and recklessness contribute at one remove to accident causation. Okay, thirdly is the weakness of the character that is classified or acquired, such as anger, non-compliance, ignorance, and elimination. And last part is natural weakness or environment in the family or the life of an employee.
Assalamualaikum and good night, good morning. Who is watching this video? So right now I want to proceed my partner slide already. So I proceed about subtopic unsafe act or unsafe condition. So what is unsafe act or unsafe condition? So unsafe act is act is bukan akta. Act is macam tindakan. Okay. So unsafe condition pula keadaan lah. Keadaan yang tidak selamat. So the first one is the third domino deal with direct cause or condition. Okay, dominos. Dominos is something like teori yang dibuat to about causation or of incident, any incident lah berkaitan kepada kecederaan, kemalangan di tempat kerja. So dominos ni dibuat oleh seorang jurutera bernama H.W. Hendricks. So Herbert William Hendricks. So dia seorang jurutera keselamatan. So Henry defined this factor as thing like starting machinery without warning and absence of rear guard. So ini adalah contoh daripada ketidakselamatan tindakan pekerjaan dalam sesuatu apa yang nak dibuatlah semasa bekerja. So starting the machinery di mana contohnya seorang machinery untuk start mesin tanpa warning signboard ataupun absent of rear guard. Rear guard ini adalah macam pagar untuk melindungi kita daripada mudah untuk mendekati mesin yang berbahaya. Contohnya mesin yang selalu terbuka lah. So unsafe act and unsafe condition were in center factor. Ini adalah contoh-contohnya. Dia macam memberi kesan lah, memberi impak kepada preventing incident, mengelakkan insiden. Itu adalah impak kesan buruk lah. The easiest causation factor to remedy. I think it typo situ. So remedy adalah pemulihan. So the third one is process which he linked to lifting one or dominos out of the line. So okay. The next one is accident. So everyone know about the accident. So the next stage is the accident itself. What it mean? What it mean is when something occurs that is undesirable and not intended. So ya, accident sesuatu yang boleh berlaku dengan sendiri yang tanpa diduga. Okay. So an incident occurring is not a sufficient cause for injury but is a necessary one. So kadang-kadang kita boleh nampak dia, contohnya malang tidak berbau. So ada jenis malang yang berbau. So kita boleh cam sesuatu pekerjaan itu berbahaya ataupun tidak. So not always occur in poor environments, but it can have procedure for dealing with accident to minimize injury and loss. So seperti yang saya katakan tadi, dia bukan always dalam, dia tidak boleh dijangka walaupun kita boleh tengok sesuatu tu boleh berlaku. So something like kalau kita tengok sesuatu tu berbahaya, contohnya maksud saya sesuatu tu tidak nampak satu yang berbahaya, tapi dia boleh menjadi faktor ataupun dia boleh memberi impak untuk kita mendapat hazard dekat mesin-mesin ke, contohnya pekerjaan ke. Kalau kita tengok macam contohnya kita menuliskan sebagai contoh. Kadang-kadang kita tak tahu impak yang macam mana kalau setakat menulis. Tak ada injury ke apa ke. Memang tak ada kesan kalau kita tengok. Kalau dalam jangka masa yang panjang, kita boleh tengok macam sakit tangan ke, lenguh-lenguh ke, letih. Itulah contohnya accident ringan. Walaupun accident ringan itu pun dikira sebagai accident. So injury is injury result from the accident. So korang boleh tahulah injury ni. Kalau ada accident tu mestilah ada injury kan. Takkan accident tu tak ada kecederaan. So itu bukan dinamakan accident namanya. So injury can happen at any given time, either aware or not. Semasa kita tak sedar ataupun sedar, injury ni boleh datang. Mesti ada injury lah kalau accident kan. So for example, for injury, contohnya working an environment like the administration office as well can give injuries such as ergonomic and less musculoskeletal disease such as carpal tunnel syndrome. So yang boleh saya nampak sini, semua pekerjaan kadang-kadang kita tak boleh tengok dia punya injury tu. Kadang-kadang dia kesannya singkat ataupun ada yang kesannya jangka panjang. So kita boleh jangka dalam masa singkat kita boleh terkena dengan injury tersebut. So saya rasa itu sajalah. So thank you for watching this video, my presentation. So I hope you enjoy. So goodbye. Assalamualaikum.
Accidents investigation methods in OSH. Incident investigations are often conducted by a supervisor, but to be most effective, this investigation should include managers and employees working together. The team must look beyond the immediate causes of an incident because it is often misleading. To conclude the carelessness or failure to follow a procedure alone was the cause of an incident, to do fails to discover underlying or root causes of the incident. Preserve and document the incident scene. An incident investigator's first priority should be to ensure that the incident site is safe and secure. Immediately contact on-site management to make sure that company protocols are being followed. Verify that anyone injured has received appropriate medical assistance. Take photos or videos, recordings of the scene as soon as possible before equipment or materials are moved. Use cones, tape, or guards to protect sensitive areas. Interviewing witnesses. Speak to on-site supervisors to collect names and contact information for all witnesses and involved employees and contractors. Interview witnesses as soon as possible because this is when their memory is the freshest. Review and analyze information from training histories, maintenance schedules and logs, and inspection reports. Complete an incident investigation form. The investigation form contains worker characteristics such as age, gender, department, job title, experience level, tenure in company, and current role. Training records of involved employees as well as whether they are full-time, part-time, seasonal, temporary, or contract workers. A description of the injury or illness, including the parts of body affected and degree of severity, the location of the incident, and root causes of the incident. We must also determine root causes. This process allows to discover underlying or systemic rather than immediate causes of an incident. Bear in mind, correcting only an immediate cause may fix a symptom of a problem, but not the problem itself. Next, we must implement corrective actions. Develop a corrective action plan to resolve the immediate and root causes of the incident. Each corrective action listed in your incident report should have a person assigned as the responsible party for the task, a set completion date, and a place to mark completion of the item. Lastly, have a supervisor sign off. The final step is to ensure that it is signed off by the supervisor who was on duty during the incident. Have witnesses and other involved parties review and sign off on the form as well. Once the signatures are collected, the incident investigation should now be complete, and the findings should also be shared with the management and workers in a meeting. In conclusion, accidents and also near misses almost never result from one single cause. Most accidents involve multiple interrelated causal factors. All actors or decision makers influencing the normal work process might also influence accident scenarios, either directly or indirectly. This complexity should also be reflected in the accident investigations process. This complexity should also be reflected in the accident investigation process. The aim of accident investigations should be to identify the event sequences and all factors influencing the accident scenario in order to be able to propose risk-reducing measures which may prevent future accidents. Often, accident investigations involve using a set of accident investigation methods. Each method might have different purposes and may take their own contribution to the total investigation process. It is important to remember that every piece of puzzle is as significant as the other. Lastly, during the investigation process, different methods should be used in order to analyze emerging problem areas. There should be at least one member of the multidisciplinary investigation team who has good knowledge about different accident investigation methods and is able to choose the optimal methods for analyzing the different problems.